think about it, the priorities are aligned because the better an agent on the team does, the better the team as a whole and the team lead does. Hey, what's happening? J.C Agajanian here, broker associate with the Whissel Realty Group at eXp. And we are at eXpCon in the Mandalay Bay. Just got out of a killer mastermind with the one and only John Cheplack. And I'm standing here with Bic DeCaro. Bic leads a team in Northern Virginia. Tell them a little bit about your production, what your team looks like, and then we'll ask you what you think your biggest takeaway from this little mastermind that we just came out of was.
Great. Well, hi, everybody. Again, Bic DeCaro from the Northern Virginia, D.C. market. And I had a team of 15, and our production is just a little bit under 100 million.
Thank you. Cool. So that was an amazing conversation, right, that we were in the room for. If you could just pick one thing that you just think was the best that you're going to take home and you're going to try and implement, or that you just really appreciated, what do you think it would be?
Yeah, I think the big thing for me really is that John was talking about, like, in the market right now, there's a lot of people that are really reevaluating what's going on. They're looking for maybe a home, some shift or change in their business. And there are agents that you would never think might want to join a team, but they don't know how to begin. And there was a lady that was in there that basically was like, I don't even know where to go. I don't know where to look. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's so obvious. But what we think is obvious is not so obvious to someone else.
Yeah.
And that was eye-opening to me to say, hey, I need to go out there and have more conversations with people that may be struggling, or agents that are in the 3-5 million, and you might assume that they want to start their own thing. But if they're hurting, they're going to fast track by joining a team. And our team's always looking to hire. And I think that's a great opportunity to have that conversation. So.
Absolutely. And I think that with that one example, we're not naming any names here, but there was a little bit of a mental block on the benefits of actually being part of a larger team as opposed to her going it on her own. But I mean, I tell people regularly when I'm talking to newer agents in the business or anything, I wish I had a group like the one I'm a part of now to throw myself into when I was a new agent. I mean, I literally, actually I got started on the mortgage side, not the real estate side, but we had a week or so of basic training, and then I really just had a farm pack thrown at me and was told to call. And that was like all of my coaching, all of my support, everything I had.
So hard.
Go find a deal. We'll help you get through it.
Right.
That's basically it.
And so I was like you too. Like, I wish there were teams back then. I started in the early 2000s and people were very secretive. There was not a lot of collaboration that we have with our fast forward movement, but it was like, try to figure out on your own. And for teams, it's really about fast tracking it. And if the team has that like reputation, has the resources, the leads, all that training, I mean, imagine for that agent, like the mindset, you're absolutely right, was that there was that block in it, right? Where, she's struggling, but yet if she went onto this team, she'd get everything so much faster and then would advance faster in order for her to then go start her own team if she'd like, which is what, a lot of people on my team have done in the past, is that we watch them graduate 2-3 years with us and then they move on and start their own. And we're so happy for them.
And if you think about it, the priorities are aligned because the better an agent on the team does, the better the team as a whole and the team lead does. Yeah. So the idea that like it's you're going to be giving something up or losing, I'll bet you she would produce 10 times.
Exactly. That's
as
it.
Part of a
right?
team than she is doing on her own.
Yeah.
But,
we always say like 100% of zero is still zero, right? So we share that to remind people a lot of times that, it's both sides contributing, right? The team is taking the risk and sharing all of that and has the overhead, but the individual just shows up with their time and the right attitude and work ethic. They're going to do really well.
And, I'm in the unique position to have been on both sides of that fence. So I was independent. I'm a broker. I had my own storefront, and I had recently exited the REO market, which treated me real well. I had asset management accounts and all that stuff, but that transition out was no good for me. And so the idea of, well, I'm independent, I own this get 100% of my commissions, I own the logo and everything, laying that down to go and join Kyle's team. That was difficult for me.
That was hard.
But I was able to see the benefits.
Yes, you were smart. Yeah.
And now my production is higher than I could ever have imagined.
Plus quality of life, right?
Yeah,
you have
absolutely.
quality of life and all of that. So that's amazing. But it's been awesome, like watching you grow with Kyle and all that.
Yeah.
And so,
Cool. Well, thank you for stopping and chatting with us.
Yep. Thanks for having me. This has been great.